And hello, everybody, and welcome to Jimmy John's Field for some Sunday afternoon baseball right here on the USPBL Network. It's the Unicorns and the Mammoths on this Princess Day, presented by Fairytale Entertainment. This is Brady Beaton. I'm Alex Johnson, giving you the call of this afternoon's contest. And Brady, we were both here on Friday, and the Unicorns left 13 men on base. They had 10 hits, but only able to scratch off only one run and try to bounce back here this afternoon.
Yeah, they left some opportunities out there for sure, but I want to give a little credit to the Mammoth pitching. They made some timely pitches. They got the timely hitting that had happened against them, and the Unicorns just couldn't quite find that big knock when they needed it. They were getting guys on base in spades, but just couldn't push a lot across home plate.
Yeah, they created some chances, but unfortunately the Mammoths were too strong on them and tough for them to stop, and that was the reason why they weren't able to get really much across. But it's a brand new day, a chance to get back on the field and get back in the win column.
Absolutely, and it's a Sunday day game, and it's been a long week for both these teams. Might be a little tough trying to drag yourself up, get the early game, end of a long week. That's baseball. It's a grind. It's a long season. This game counts the same as any other, as that first game on a thirsty Thursday or what have you. Get up, ready to go. Be ready, because at the end of the day, win and loss counts the same as any other day.
Yeah, absolutely. The season's going to get picked up from here. It's going to get busier. With the warmer weather and the summer months, it's going to be a tough road for both of these teams ahead. So looking at it for the Mammoths now, we talked about them. They were able to snap their 3-game losing streak on Friday night thanks to the great pitching performance by Alex Manassa and the offense stepping up through thanks to Francis Florentino at that 2-run shot to help the Mammoths secure that victory on Friday.
Yeah, Florentino, he's leading the league right now in average. He's been one of the premier hitters. Burl Dixon, number 2 behind him. So those top 2 guys have been really strong. But one guy I want to point out that had a really nice Friday was Duncan Hewitt. Out of the DH spot, drew a couple of walks, had a few base knocks, did a really nice job in designated hitter duties. He's in that spot again today, looking for him to continue what he did on Friday.
Yeah, he was able to reach base a few times and coming through in that DH spot. No, he's usually plays catcher, but been able to come through in that DH hole and just picking it up. And he had a good night as well, and looking to do so here today. And I'll look at the pitching matchup, Brady. We got a good one here in store. The Unicorns are sending Tristan Harvin to the mound. He's a right-hander at 6 foot 185. He's a great strike thrower. Has a lot of other pitches that he can use in his arsenal. And when I talked with Coach Jim Essian the other day about him, he has good control and does really well with keeping the hitters off balance, which is something that really impressed him so far. Coming in, making his 3rd start on the season. His last start hasn't been since last Saturday, the 3rd against the Beavers, where he pitched 4 shutout innings and had 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's had a good start to the season. Hasn't logged a lot of innings. I believe he's at 8 1/3 innings coming into this game. That's not a huge sample size. You want to keep that going, but one bad inning can skew the numbers with such a small sample size. But I like what he's been doing. Same with his opponent, Tim Palmaville, for the Woolly Mammoths. He's also only thrown in limited innings, so this is going to be the first test we're going to see. Maybe extend these guys a bit. Bullpens may not be as rested up and ready to go, so you're going to be asking these guys to go 60, 75, 80 pitches. Hope to stretch that out through 5-6 innings.
Yeah, especially with the long week, especially for the Mammoths, playing their 4th game this week, and the Unicorns playing their 3rd game this week. So the bullpen hasn't had a whole lot of rest. They're expecting these guys to go lengthy innings, like you said, almost 80 pitches almost. And in relief, that's kind of a tough task, but these guys are trying to get used to it in this kind of situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you talked about Timothy Palmaville. No, he's a guy from around here, Sterling Heights, played at Concordia University in Ann Arbor, played at Warren Woods Tower in his high school career. Like I said, he's going to be looking here in his first start here in the USPBL.
And he's going to be asked to go a long way, like I mentioned. He's going to be given the reins, said, hey, make it this start what you want. What can you do with this? If you can give us 5 innings, put us in a position that we can make it a couple in a row, start their own winning streak after a 3-game slid that they broke a couple days ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Brady, what are your keys to the game here on both sides? What are they going to do here in this rematch from Friday night?
Well, I mentioned it earlier. I think energy is going to be a big thing, especially on the Mammoth side. It's a Sunday. It's kind of dreary, overcast skies. Not the day that you get excited for with baseball and it's the end of a long week. Who can bring that energy? Who can start out of the gates fast and get an early lead and not kind of sleepwalk their way through? I want to see who brings the juice today to try to get a weekend-ending win.
Yeah, this rain is, we're supposed to have some rain in the forecast, but it's cloudy right now. Hopefully the rain stays away from us here this afternoon, so we're able to get some baseball in for you. When we come back, we're going to have the lineups in first pitch coming up next, right here on the USPBL Network.
There are many things you can rely on in this world, like a sunny day brightening your mood, your mom baking the world's best apple pie, and never a dull moment in running your business. And when it comes to time-consuming HR tasks, you can rely on Tryon. Tryon can handle payroll and taxes, employee benefits, and more, so you can stay focused on attracting and retaining the best talent. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Jimmy John's Field for some Sunday baseball. It's the Utica Unicorns and the Westside Woolly Mammoths squaring off here today on Princess Day, sponsored by Fairytale Entertainment. Alex Johnson and Brady Beaton with you for the call here this afternoon. The Unicorns coming off a loss on Friday, and the Mammoths snapping their 3-game losing streak. We'll see what happens here this afternoon. Let's take a look at our sponsors who made this broadcast possible. Fairytale Entertainment, Ascension, Belfour Property Restoration, Budweiser, Dave & Buster's, DTE Energy, Fifth Third Bank, Jarbcom, Jimmy John's, Macomb Community College, McLaren Macomb, McQuaid Heating and Cooling, Plumbing and Refrigeration, Metro Detroit Chevy Dealers, Pepsi, Scott's, and United Wholesale Mortgage. Now let's take a look at our starting lineups here today. First, for the visiting Utica Unicorns, take a little bit of a different lineup from Friday. Nick Pastor will lead it off in center. Patrick Baggett, who was in ninth on Friday, moves up to second, batting now in left field here today. Lucas Gooden goes over to the hot corner. Alejandro Lara in cleanup over at second. Tosh Porter from the Hoppers comes over to the Unicorns, and his behind the dish batting fifth. The DH for Unicorns is James Moses in sixth, and rounding out the lineup is Cam Noor going in at first, Alec Brunson in right, and Donovan Curiel at short. And on the mound for the Unicorns is the right-handed pitcher Tristan Harvin. And now for the Westside Woolly Mammoths. Take a look at their starting lineup. Out in left field, Ward Hacklin will lead it off once again. Burl Dixon out in center batting second. Francis Florentino, who was the star of the show on Friday night, he's batting third. Nick Webb is over at the hot corner and batting cleanup for the Mammoths. Duncan Hewitt is back at the DH spot, batting fifth. Priamo Lozada back in the lineup after being off on Friday night. He's over at first. Reese Trahey at second, batting seventh. Zach Beto behind the dish again this weekend in the 8th spot. And rounding out the lineup for Taylor Jellikowski's squad is the shortstop, Denver Blinn. And on the mound for the Mammoths is Timothy Palmaville, making his first start in this 2023 USPBL season for him. So taking a look at it here, what should we see, Brady, from both of these teams after squaring off on Friday night? What adjustments will both teams make heading into today's game?
Well, we'll start with the Unicorns. I do like Alejandro Lara getting the start. He's been hitting all right. He had to come in off the bench in pinch hit duty last time up. But the Unicorns are beat up a little bit. You saw Taj Porter, not a unicorn by trade, but with both Bisharat and having Gomez banged up, you have to find a way to fill in duty. So it's a little bit of a different situation for him, and it just up and down the Unicorns lineup. Get that timely hit is what I'm looking for them. And the Mammoths, obviously, the stories are Francis Florentino and Burl Dixon, top 2 in the league in batting average. They have been wonderful so far this season. But the bottom of the order started to produce a little more. Duncan Hewitt, one of those. Ward Hacklin out of the leadoff spot. He struggled at first, but he eventually settled in back on Friday, looking for more out of him. And then seeing who else in that bottom of the order can step up. Priyama Lozada had pretty good swings a couple nights ago when he got taken out. He took a throw from the outfield to the ankle, so he had Friday off. Back in the lineup tonight, looking to see what he can do as well.
Yeah, a little bit. Going to be interesting to see. Kind of a cloudy day. Here at the ballpark. No rain projected to be in the forecast, but not till later on here today. How do you think that'll be a factor coming into today?
I don't think it'll make too much of a difference unless it really starts to rain. I mean, we're hopefully holding off till maybe the very end of the game. But, hey, it's a Sunday. Guys are getting up. They're getting ready. The fans are coming in. They're trying to build up that energy for a fun day here on Princess Day at Jimmy John's Field. So I don't think the weather should play too much of a forecast. It's actually nice and cool. Makes it a little easier than if it's, the last game of a weekend and the sun's beating down on you. Temperatures are a little cool today. Maybe get that little extra pep in your step. Get a break from that sun.
Yeah, no, the sun was beaming over the last few days. We had the air quality alert over the last few days. That's moved on now, and it'll be a different feel with the cloudy skies, no sun in your eyes. So it's going to be a good impact for the outfielders not to be looking at that sunlight. So in that situation when trying to catch routine fly balls and looking at it's Princess Day here today. A lot of entertainment for the young kids coming out here to see some of their favorite princesses out on the field, and it's going to be a good day for some baseball.
Absolutely excited for it, and I'm excited to see how these two teams bounce back. This is those games where you dig deep, see what the mental fortitude, the makeup of both sides are, as the Mammoths could use another win, and the Unicorns, again, they didn't play terrible on Friday by any means. They just didn't get those timely hits. They hit about as well as the Mammoths did. They just had the bigger hits in the bigger spots.
Yeah, the Mammoths, they were on a 3-game losing streak. Got off of that with the win on Friday. They're going to try to build another one. While the Unicorns, they started out 5-2, then dropped one to 5-3, trying to bounce back. So anything can happen any given day. This is still early on in the season. Both these teams we mentioned, just about around the 10-game mark for them this season. So a lot in store. Some of these guys are going to see what they do here as we'll have to get ready to when we come back. We're back for the first pitch coming up right here on the US PBL Network. Don't go anywhere.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit. With great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
There are many things you can rely on in this world, like a sunny day brightening your mood, your mom baking the world's best apple pie, and never a dull moment in running your business. And when it comes to time-consuming HR tasks, you can rely on Tryon. Tryon can handle payroll and taxes, employee benefits, and more, so you can stay focused on attracting and retaining the best talent. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit. With great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
Welcome back to Jimmy John's Field. First pitch in just a couple of minutes here as the Unicorns and the Mammoths square off in a rematch from Friday night. The Mammoths came out with a 5-1 victory over the Unicorns, snapping their 3-game losing streak. The Unicorns, they were in first place, still holding on to it right now, but they look to get back in the win column after dropping on Friday night. Going to be an interesting one here on the mound. As we'll just take a look at our pitcher comparison sponsored by Ascension. It's going to be Timothy Palmaville on the mound for the Mammoths, making his first start on the season, second appearance overall. Coming in, he pitched 3 2/3 on Tuesday in a game against the Beavers. A guy I mentioned around the area, went from Sterling Heights, played at Concordia University in Ann Arbor. It's going to be exciting what he brings to the table here this afternoon.
And the number that jumps out, talked about it in the pregame, but the innings pitched not very high for both sides, so the book not out on either of these guys yet. The good news is early returns for both sides have been very solid.
Yeah, Trishan Harvin will be on the mound for the Unicorns. He's going to be a key guy to look out for. We'll talk more about him in the bottom half of the inning, but let's take a look at our starting defense, Brady, by our three-dimensional services. Let's see what Taylor Jellikowski has on his defense here today.
Outfield's been the same as it always is. Ward, Hacklin, Burrow, Dixon, Francis, Florentino make up the outfield left to right. On the infield, Denver Blinn at short, Nick Webb at the hot corner. Priamo Lozado is at first after getting Friday off. Reese Trahey at second base, and Zach Beadle behind the dish. He'll be receiving for Timothy Palmaville as the Mammoths looking to get 2 in a row against the first place Utica Unicorns.
Yeah, they're going to be doing so here. That would be really huge for them, to build on another streak. We mentioned on Friday, it's been an up and down season. Started out 0-3, then they won 3 in a row, then they dropped 3 in a row. We'll see if that pattern continues here, or they can go in a different direction or try to, like we said, it's kind of like that roller coaster.
The Mammoths have gotten off to hot starts the last couple of weeks. They've scored first in more games than not, and a lot of times in the first inning. The question has been, can they continue that momentum?
Well, the first pitch to get underway, and it's an upstairs at 85 miles an hour for our first pitch at 12:34 this afternoon. The game got pushed up 30 minutes earlier from our 1:05 usual first pitch. It's right now 67 degrees and cloudy here in downtown Utica. A little bit of a drizzle right now, but nothing too major. But we'll see how that plays throughout the course of the game. As it's a 2-1 count on Nick Pastor. Pastor, one of the key players for the Unicorns that has been really crucial throughout this season. Looking at the weather here, and like we mentioned, it's cloudy. I take a look out in the outfield and out in center as that one's foul tipped by Pastor to make it a full count.
Good at bat to lead off the game for Nick Pastor. That's what you want out of your leadoff guy. Make the pitcher throw a lot of pitches and ultimately get on base. But even if he doesn't, quality AB.
It was 2 for 5 on Friday. This one in shallow left center. Ward Hacklin hauls it in to get the first out of the ball game. Now Patrick Baggett, like I mentioned, is in the 2 spot here today. Was usually down in that bottom part of the order, to start the year. Like I mentioned, he was in the 9 spot over at the hot corner on Friday. Coming in just 4 of 21 to start the season. He takes a first pitch strike at 78 miles an hour from Palmerville. He has 4 pitches. He's a 4-seam fastball, a slider, curveball, and a splitter.
Pitch moves just about every direction. I like a mix where you don't have 2 pitches that do the same thing.
Kind of a variety as that one goes above the screen. At that curveball at 75. Baggett was 0 for 3 on Friday night. Did get a walk. Has not recorded a hit against the Mammoths this season, as he sends that one above the netting.
Been late on the last 2 pitches. Been fouling them off away. Maybe try to get something inside, change the location, change the approach from Baggett.
1-2 pitch coming. He missed that one up and away at 84 miles an hour.
Heading the count, you're throwing the fastball that far outside and away. There's never really even a threat for Baggett to offer on it.
It was a good eye not to chase on that. He just missed.
That's the pitch you want on 1 and 2. That right there, that's a borderline pitch, maybe a hair outside, but on 1 and 2, maybe Baggett a little more tempted to offer at that.
Yeah, another payoff pitch early on, and he misses him. Missed that one up and out of the strike zone, so a 1-out walk for Patrick Baggett. Now Lucas Gooden will step in. Played in his first action this week. One of the non-public games that was against the Hoppers on Wednesday was his debut. Gooden was 0 for 4 on Friday from Liston, Indiana, coming in at 6'2", 220. Baggett only has 1 steal this season, has only 1 attempt. We'll see if he catches Palmerville off guard.
Fastball wasn't a bad pitch, just maybe a hair up. I like the first pitch off speed, low and away, and then coming high and in with the fastball. Changing locations, changing speeds.
He goes in this time. Beetle drops it. Was it 76? With that slider.
Get a shot of the flight again, because it looks like the trees are blowing behind it. The flight happening.
So it's a 2-1 count. Lucas Gooden playing at third base today. He was at first on Friday. Went inside to him at 70 miles an hour.
Starting to get a little wind here, blowing in a bit. Always feels like it takes a lot to get that flag moving. You can see more of the trees behind it blowing in from center field. I like this backdrop here, Jimmy Johns. I'm a softie for that wooded backdrop, that old country, not really country style look, but the nowhere look.
Going out to right. Florentino gets that one, or the second out of the inning. That was a good swing of the bat by Gooden. He had
just got under it a bit too much. Solid contact, but wind, again, we just talked about it. Maybe knocked it down a hair. Don't think it would have made that much of a difference. It made a nice pop off the bat, but just under it a bit too much.
Yeah, looking at the wind here today, it's not really windy. No. Especially with that cooler temperature and all the weather. Like a different impact. It's Alejandro Lara. Steps into the batter's box. Came in as a pinch hitter for Josh Baker on Friday. Got an RBI single, and it was the lone run the Unicorns were able to get off of the Mammoths on Friday. Lara down 0-2 very quickly. Palmerville looks over at Baggett at first. Gets into his motion. 0-2 pitch. It's outside at 83.
That's where you want to miss on 1-2. That was the pitch he missed a couple ABs ago when he walked Baggett. Fastball lone outside. It's close. You have to tip the hat to Lara for holding up and not offering.
Missed again at 77.
A little easier of a take from Lara, but hitting the same spot. And if the pitch looks the same out of the hand, it looked like the splitter dropping in. Fastball and splitter, if it's looking the same, going to the same spot, maybe you get him to swing over top of it.
Yeah, we haven't seen guys chase pitches so much this season. Well, the batters have been really disciplined at the plate, not swinging at something outside of the zone. And that's something that they have been working on too. It's already another full count for Timothy Palmerville. Runner on the move. And it's going to be a 2-out free pass for Lara.
That's not a bad 2-2 pitch. Or 3-2 pitch, I should say. And Beadle tried to sell it. He framed it and held it for that extra beat.
Now Taj Porter coming in as a Unicorn here today. Spent his time on the Hoppers this season. Coming in with a 2.11 average in 8 games so far for them. Oh, the Hoppers played last night. They played 2 against the Beavers. And they split rather. They won the first game 3-0 and lost 9-6 in the second game.
Palmerville's been his own enemy. He's been throwing well. The contact he's made hasn't been hit on the screws quite yet. You get to 2 outs, man. Just fill up the strike zone. You were ahead on Lara. Now you're falling behind a power bat and Porter.
Yeah, it does have 1 home run this season as he goes inside at 81. Trying to chase him with that splitter. And he's fallen behind 3-0 with 2 outs and runners on first and second.
That was a big old swing on 3-0. Porter trying to, maybe thinking that Palmerville's just going to try to throw the get-me-over pitch and take advantage of it. Big swing and a miss. He wasn't trying to do anything but put it over the right field fence.
Ooh, strike 2. Porter was...
It's a generous call.
Yeah, he was about to drop his bat and head over the first, but I'm not sure about that one. That should have been ball 4 in Porter's eyes. But another payoff pitch coming from Palmerville. On the ground. Nice play by Lozada. He'll step on the bag and retire the Unicorns strand 2 and cannot score. The Mammoths will head to bat after this here on the USPBL Network.
They call me Prospects. Since the day I was born as a diver's watch, the challengers of the world have taught me many things. Life is not a numbers game. It's about challenging ourselves. No matter what happens, just follow your heart. These pioneers drive our generation forward. Not by setting records, but by never giving up. Keep going forward. Prospects.
Available at Lucido Fine Jewelry.
At Ascension, Michigan, we're committed to being your first choice for healthcare. Our nationally recognized heart program is the leader throughout Michigan in minimally invasive heart valve procedures. For joint replacement, spine, and cancer care, patients choose our specialists for advanced care and treatment. And we also excel in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
Bottom half of the first inning here at Jimmy John's Field. Tristan Harvin takes the bump for the Unicorns as the Mammoths are going to be stepping up to bat. Let's take a look at Harvin for a second. He has 3 pitches. Now, has a 4-seam fastball, a splitter, and a curve. Also take a look at his stat line for him this season. He's making his 4th appearance, 3rd start. And looking at 8 innings of work, hasn't pitched since last Saturday. We'll take a look at our 3-dimensional services defensive alignment for the Utica Unicorns. Brady, who do they have out here
Start
today?
In the outfield, Patrick Baggett, Nick Pastor, Alec Brunson make out the outfield left to right. Right to left on the infield, Norgren at first, Laura getting the start at second, Curiel at short, Gooden over at third base, Taj Porter, the now placed Unicorn, coming in relief behind the dish, receiving for Tristan Harvin.
Harvin, like we said, 4th appearance, making his 3rd start. 8 innings of work so far, 7 strikeouts compared to 1 walk and 2 earned runs. Coming from Dothan, Alabama, where he spent time at Birmingham Southern College in Division III. Looking for him to throw a lot of strikes and try to get that first pitch strike. Wasn't able to that time. This one popped up behind home plate and running out of real estate is Taj Porter, Cam Norgren. Hacklin, the lead-off man again for the Mammoths. Was 1 for 4 on Friday. Starting out the season 3 for 16, but he's had some good at-bats. We've seen that over the last few games.
Well, he got moved to the leadoff spot, and he was almost challenged when he got moved up there, and I thought he had a really nice showing Thursday.
A chopper foul down the hot corner. Gooden had a glove on it, was getting ready to send it over to Norgren for the out, but home plate ump called it foul. Harvard getting into his windup with a 2-2 pitch. Swung on into left center field. Going in is Curiel. Couldn't make the play on the glove. So Hacklin's aboard for a leadoff single.
A little out in front of the off speed. Hit it off the end of the bat, but couldn't have dropped it in any better. That'll make up for the next time he puts one on the screws right at someone and lines out, hits a ball 100 off the bat.
Yeah.
All evens out in the end.
The leadoff man's on, brings up Earl Dixon. Was 2 for 4 on Friday. He also had a run scored. The night before that, he went 2 for 3 and sent one out of the park to right center field by the Michigan Schools of Government Credit Union stage.
I think the biggest number that jumps off the page with Burl Dixon early on, .550 OBP. He gets on base a ton. He has 11 walks on the season, which is 3 more than his next closest on the leaderboard. He takes great at-bats, and he is, well, what the numbers say, a bear to get out.
Yeah, well, that's difficult. Pulls this one out to right center. It's going to drop in. The Mammoths with back-to-back singles to start.
Not only does Burl Dixon draw walks, he puts nice swings on the ball like that, timed it up well, and now he's set the table up nicely for the league's leader, Francis Florentino.
And we mentioned him in the pregame. What a day he had on Friday. He had that 2-run blast out to left center. Went 2 for 5 on the night. And that average of .405, that really stands out. Another guy that's really tough to stop. Goes all the way to the backstop. Porter wasn't paying attention to that. Puts runners on second and third and nobody out.
That's the impact Florentino has. He's thrown 2 straight off speeds, and the one gets away. Tough for Porter to get over and block it, miss so far away. But that's because Florentino has been so good at the plate. You're so nervous about putting one over the plate that you miss too far outside, and now base hit scores 2 here in the first.
Harvin getting set. It's someone a little upstairs at 87 miles an hour with that fastball.
High strike hasn't been there for either side. Both pitchers need to take note of that and start attacking the knees.
Yeah, that hasn't worked. Well, some umpires will give you that. But not so here today, as he's fallen behind 3-1 to Florentino. You're just trying not to throw something right down the middle. Gets him to pop up, though, right to second. Alejandro Lara makes the play, and Florentino is retired.
Looked like Florentino was sitting on the fast stuff. Looked like he took something just a little bit off that, and Florentino out on his front foot. Heck of a pitch to get a very dangerous bat out very quietly.
Nick Webb. He's another guy, despite his 200 average, but he has driven in 6 so far. So he's another guy to keep an eye on as well. So no easy road yet for Harvin. He's missed that one at 87. Looks over at the runners, gets into his motion. Out to Curiel. They're going to say he caught it. Was making sure it didn't drop the ground, but what a nice play by Donovan Curiel to hold the runners. And now with 2 outs.
And Webb, that might have been the hardest hit ball of the inning so far, but he's the one going back to the dugout, and Hacklin and Dixon both got base knocks for their effort.
Now the Unicorns looking to get out of this jam. A check swing on Duncan Hewitt.
Had a nice game Friday. Hoping he can continue that effort here today on Sunday.
He went 2 for 3, had an RBI single in the game. Holds one up the gut. Nice play by Curiel. The throw over to Norgren, not in time. A great effort by Donovan Curiel, but was not able to get Hewitt. It's going to be an infield RBI single, and the Mammoths score first again.
And that's a nice swing from Hewitt. Even Curiel's awesome effort getting back behind the bag, all he could do was knock it down. Did save 1 run from coming in. If that gets into center field, Dixon comes in to score. So the effort, not all lost, especially if Harvin can retire Lozada.
It looked like that was going to go right up the middle. Dixon, with his speed, he would have scored easily, but had to be held up at third. Because Curiel made that great play. even though it didn't go down as an out, but you like the effort. You like that effort by Curiel. No, you let a run in, but you didn't let 2 in. Our time called here at home plate. With Priamo Lozada, we mentioned, was not in the lineup on Friday. Down 0-2 to Harvin at 87 with the fastball.
Whoa.
Yeah, he was walking off the mound.
I mean, maybe a hair away. That seems like a pitcher's pitch. And it's hard to tell sometimes from the broadcast view and up here, but that maybe Porter just sold me on it. That seemed like a pretty good pitch.
Yeah. Lined on the right field line into foul territory. Long run for Norgren. He's not going to get it. At that foul ground. It's so deep. Oh. It's tough to get there. So Lozada stays alive. Coming in 1 for 4 against the Unicorns this season. That was back in the last series when these two teams played a couple weeks ago.
Oh, the umpire thought about it.
You
saw him start to twitch. He came back just a little bit and thought better of it. Man, Harvin's got to be a little frustrated. That's the second time he thought he had Lozado rung up.
Like, what do I need to do? That's what's going through his mind. He's going to try again. He gets him down swinging on strike 3. But they do get 1 run on the infield single by Duncan Hewitt. 1-0 Mammoths, so we'll head to the second right here on the USPBL Network.
With a transforming world, we can see how drastically the world is heading towards automation. And so, we need 24/7 surveillance and security systems for our homes and businesses to avoid any theft or breach of privacy. JARBCOM brings the installation of security cameras to the tip of your fingers with our state-of-the-art mobile app. JARBCOM also provides surveillance monitoring of your entire property with flexible options that offer a dependable solution to be scaled to fit any domestic or commercial need. Contact JARBCOM today for a free estimate at 800-369-0374 or look us up on the web at jarbcom.com.
Check your checking. If your account doesn't get you pumped, amped, or geeked, make the switch to Genius Checking from Genesis Credit Union. It's just genius.
Top of the second inning here at Jimmy John's Field on this Sunday afternoon. It's a 1-0 Mammoths advantage over the Utica Unicorns. Here in this weekend series, Alex Johnson, Brady Beaton with you as the Mammoths continue to warm up. Able to get 1 on the board on that infield single by Duncan Hewitt. The Unicorns, we're very fortunate not to allow any more. But we'll see how they respond here in this second inning.
And this has been the theme for the Westside Woolly Mammoths, is they've gotten off to hot starts. They haven't always continued their hot starts. And after you put up a run, you always like defensively to put another 0 up on the scoreboard. So I'm looking for Tim Palmaville to just tighten up the zone a little bit. Had 2 walks in the first inning. Hey, if the guys hit you around, they hit you around, but at least make them earn it.
Moses sends 1 to the screen. That'll be James Moses, Cam Norgren, and Alec Brunson. 6, 7, 8 hitters for Jim Essian's team. It's a big rip by Moses.
Moses had a very nice start to the year. Him and his teammate Nick Pastor, the 2 Unicorns in the top 5 in batting average.
At 78 miles an hour, he missed upstairs. Up and away. Counts 1-2 on Moses, the DH today. Right back to Palmerville on the ground. This could be an underhand throw to Lozada. One gone.
That wasn't a full swing. Moses was a bit fooled, just kind of threw the bat out. More arms than anything on that swing. Easy play for Palmerville. Nice pitch. Had Moses off balance.
Gets Cam Norgren now next. Coming in from Cary, North Carolina. Oh, chopper over. Good play by Lozada to Palmerville to step on the bag. He's retired in one pitch.
That's exactly what you want if you're Tim Palmerville. Two very soft ground balls right after your team puts up a run. And what could be a short inning. See the pitch count. Got up there in inning number 1. If you can get Brunson out relatively quickly, it kind of evens everything back up because, again, the Mammoths' 4th game of this weekend might not have everybody at their disposal in the bullpen.
You know, it's been a long week for them, and I know, especially playing back-to-back on Thursday, Friday, and having the day off yesterday just to regroup. You don't get that a lot of time here in baseball, or just constant go, go, go. Just want to be able to just take a breath and just unwind, after a long week. And they got three more games next week. I got the doubleheader on Saturday, then one game on Wednesday. Want to have everybody ready to go. So 2-1 count on Alec Brunson. At 75 to make a 3-1. Brunson from Auburn, Indiana. Beetle chasing this one down, and it goes to the netting.
Brunson doing a nice job after the first 2 batters for the Unicorns. Bounced out rather quickly, working a long at bat, at least making Palmerville earn that final out, get that pitch count up a little more.
Wants to get out of this inning and gets the Unicorns down in order if he can. Payoff pitch coming. That one hard hit. Good play by Reese Trehe. Going to throw to Lozada. Not in time. Just beating the throw. Alec Brunson.
And again, another was not a bad pitch from Palmerville. Brunson was able just to flare it over the pitcher, but that was mostly arms with the swing. Gave enough time for Trehe to get over, but it was so deep in the hole. It was placed perfectly where Trehe never really had a chance to get Brunson. Had to throw across his body. That would be a very, very tough play.
Yeah, very difficult. Going out back into the seats. Donovan Curiel in the batter's box. Glad to have you with us here on this Sunday afternoon. Glad you're tuning in with us here on YouTube and Facebook here on the USPBL Network. Let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from today. We'll take a look at some responses later on, as it's an 0-2 count on Donovan Curiel. Starting the season off 280. Looking to keep this inning going for the Unicorns. Aziz pops this up right to Reese Trehe to retire the side. Get a 1-out infield single by Brunson, but nothing else. We head to the bottom of the second. Still 1-0 Mammoths here on the USPBL Network. We'll be right back.
There are things you can rely on in this world, like your dog being happy to see you, coffee getting you through the day, and the government changing business regulations. And when it comes to navigating those regulations, you can rely on Tryon and its team of attorneys. Tryon can also tackle time-consuming HR tasks like payroll and employee benefits, so you can stay focused on growing your business. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Take a look at the Mammoths dugout. Have a 1-0 advantage over the Utica Unicorns. And into the bottom of the second inning. They were able to get on the board on that infield RBI single by Duncan Hewitt. Right to Donovan Curiel, who made a great play but was unable to get him out. Tristan Harvin will face the bottom of the order. Reese Trahey, Zach Beadle, and Denver Blinn. We'll see if Harvin can get a quick inning here. Had 22 pitches in that first inning. Takes it inside with that fastball at 88 to Reese Trahey.
Harvin gave up a few hard hit balls, looking to miss some more bats here in the second. Just like that.
Set up perfectly at 86. Trahey was 0 for 4 on Friday night with a couple of strikeouts. Good glove up there by Lara. Tenorgan off the bag. And the base came out loose. They're going to say he stepped on it, though.
That's not something you ever want to see.
They're going to have a short delay. And JJ is going to pick up the bat. Always doing his job.
And Trahey's still made solid contact. It was just right at Lara. Mammoth seeing the ball well early in this game.
Yeah, they've been doing that, and they've just been having some hard hits with Zach Beadle. He went 1 for 4. Over the last 2 nights, he's been 2 for 8. He's done really well. No behind the plate. Great communication. This one hit softly to Gooden. That's going to be foul.
Yeah, it hit off Beadle's foot in the box.
Like I was saying, I know they were just standing there, and then I didn't see the call. As Gooden was just making the throw over. But he's still alive. A 1-2. Going outside to make it 2-2 at that fastball at 87. Harvin trying to locate his pitches to get the calls his way. Goes above the head of Beadle. Was trying to get him on that curveball at 74. That missed. Well, over his helmet.
Beadle's been battling. See if Harvin can find that put-away pitch. He found it against Lozada. See if he can get that swing and miss.
Payoff pitch coming. Swung on out to right. Calling for it, making the catch, Alec Brunson for out number 2. Denver Blinn, the number 9 hitter, steps up to the batter's box. Denver Blinn starting out the season just 4 of 32. First pitch strike swinging by Blinn.
That swing and miss, just the 4th swing and miss Harvin has recorded.
Looking to try to attack. Oh, great one right at the heart of the plate at 80 miles an hour with that splitter.
That's a pretty good pitch. Blinn, I don't know why he didn't offer at him. He had to have been sitting something else.
0-2. Off of Gooden on one hop. Just a tough play. It was just
another hard hit ball off of a pitch from Harvin. Mammoths are seeing it really well, and that's a good approach on 0-2.
Yeah, they're going to record that as a hit. So it'll go down as a 2-out base knock for the number 9 hitter. Like, it didn't really have full control on it.
And he hit it hard right at Gooden. He had to go to his side. That's one, depending on the day and how the scorekeeper got out of bed. Depends how you want to score that, but I think you can make good cases for both.
Yeah, it kind of hopped off of it. No, it wasn't like in his glove, then he lost it. And he turns it to the top of the order. Ward Hacklin sends it up the middle. The Mammoths are rolling here with 2 outs. And that's a second base hit for Ward Hacklin here today.
That's a really nice swing from Ward Hacklin. Second knock of the day from the leadoff spot. And he has played well over his last 3 games. Has to be feeling good over there on first base.
Really happy right now. Was talking over with Justin Karn. How he's feeling. We'll see if Burl Dixon can bring a runner home or 2. At 77 at the curve. Inside him, that inside corner on Dixon.
Those are the pitches you have to make to get through the heart of this Mammoths order.
One down at 84 with the fastball. Dixon, the center fielder from Sacramento, California. Took a big swing at 79 on that splitter.
He was sitting fastball, and that dropped right under the bat. And that was a bit up high. That's not where Harvin wants to locate it. That's the pitch. That's a mistake. He got away with one there.
0-2. One moved in. Got 2-2 rather. Harvin trying to get out of this here. Chopper. Right to Norgan on one hop. He'll step on the bag and retire Dixon. The Mammoths get a 2-out rally, but can't score. Heading to the top of the third. Still a 1-0 Mammoths lead. We'll be back here. We'll be back here on the USPBL Network.
First State Bank is a locally owned and operated business. We're part of your community. At fsbcares.com, you'll find ways that we're making a difference by featuring locally owned and operated businesses, providing access to helpful financial resources, and engaging with community. fsbcares.com is part of our commitment to the neighborhood because strong neighbors mean stronger communities. Where good neighbors do great things. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
The Dave & Buster's method is designed to help you unlearn adulthood and reset our life around zapping stuff and cheering for stuff with your friends. Begin the method today with 5 free games. You know you want to.
We're the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal-getter or dream chaser, an empty nester, or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
Top of the third, look at the Unicorns dugout as they're getting ready to get back up to bat. Trailing 1-0 to the Westside Woolly Mammoths. And JJ going over to the Unicorns dugout.
Hardest working employee here at Jimmy John's. Best looking one, too.
He's getting ready. He picks up the bats. He's getting ready to do his work. He's ready to go every day of the year. Get ready to get back to action. Going to be the top of the order for the Unicorns, Pastor, Baggett, and Gooden. Pastor flew out to left his first time up. We'll see how Palmerville gets through this inning. Almost had a 1-2-3 inning, but allowed an infield single off the bat of Alec Brunson. That was a difficult play. He's fallen behind 3-0 to Pastor to start. Powell working quickly. He lost him on 4 straight.
Already the third walk of the game for Tim Palmerville. When he's in the zone, he's done well. Problem is, through 10 batters, the 30% walk rate is not what you want.
Oh, it's kind of different for him, making his first start, in the USPBL. He had appearance on Tuesday, with no fans, but it's kind of a different aspect, how you see, with no fans out here and then playing with nobody in the crowd and trying to make an impact early on in his second appearance in his USPBL career. Coming from the area, like I mentioned, he's from Sterling Heights. He played at Concordia in Ann Arbor, who's done really well over the last few seasons in the NAIA, and coming up here and able to have friends and family come out and watch him play. And
he was not happy with that last pitch. See him, I think he was talking to himself after he missed high and away. Something about that he did not like.
He missed again. Went downstairs this time, and I had a chance to talk with him, before the game, and just a chance, to come out here and show what he has. Has tried to come out here with a positive mindset and tries to focus mentally. When he has times like this, he tries to talk himself, try to snap out of what he's going through. If he throws a pitch that he doesn't like or is in a certain situation, if he has runners on, tries to find ways to keep himself composed and calm and be confident.
Palmerville focused a lot on the hitter, and Pastor took notice of that. He was heading down to second, had a really good jump. I don't think Beetle would have even offered a throw down. That's how good of a jump Pastor had.
Yeah, Pastor has a lot of speed, and you got to keep an eye on him. He only has 1 steal so far, but don't worry, those numbers can be deceiving. Foul. Taking a look at him. He's ready to go at any time.
He's very active. You see him bounce around once Palmerville comes set.
We'll see if Jim Essien will give him the green light. There he goes. But it goes out of play. Off the bat of Patrick Baggett.
He's battling. It's another foul ball. Pitch count has ballooned quickly for Palmerville. He's only given up 1 hit. through 2 innings, but he's nearing the 60 pitch mark. And that's Taylor Jellikowski needs him to go 4 or 5 innings, but the battling from the Unicorns and the walks have not helped.
Goes again, Beetle trying to get him down. The tag, not in time. A stolen base for Nick Pastor. The tag was late by Denver Blinn.
Just got the left hand in time. That's a nice throw from Beetle. The Pastor, just enough of a jump to get that stolen bag and put himself in scoring position.
His second swipe this season. Now 3-2 count once again for Palmaville. And he misses that one outside at 78 miles an hour. So back-to-back base on balls allowed by Palmaville. And now you're getting to the heart of the order for the Unicorns, Lucas Gooden. Flew out to right his first time up. And no action for the Mammoths in their bullpen yet. Oh. But the Unicorns are 2 on. Now we mentioned they left 13 men on base on Friday. Now, despite having 10 hits. These are the kind of situations that the Unicorns are trying to correct here today, Brady. With 2 runners on and nobody out.
Right now, all they need to do is sit there and wait. I want to see if Zach Beetle goes out and just tries to have a word with Palmaville, calm him down, because his command has disappeared here in the third, in danger of walking the bases loaded to start off the inning.
Alejandro Lara would be next, and you can't afford to do that. No, got a chase here, and he missed him. And he was trying to go somewhere down the middle, but it went below the knees. And now the bags are full for the cleanup hitter. And Zach Beetle just saying, you got this, got to get out of it. Now Justin Carnes going to come out and talk with him just to calm him down.
So through 61 pitches, Tim Palmaville's thrown 23 strikes. Still no action in that bullpen. And if you're Tim Palmaville, the ideal strike rate, 65% about the minimum. That's where you need to be sitting. 70 to 75 is pretty solid. If you get 80% or higher strike rate, that's when you are getting to that elite level. But 23 of 61. I know you guys like to hit in this league and they want to show off what they can do, but, man, you have to be sitting at this point. If you're Alejandro Lara, you're not taking the bat off your shoulder until he throws a strike. Maybe try to ambush, think he's going to try to get a get-me-over pitch, but that's kind of what he did.
Yeah, right over the plate. Bases loaded for the Unicorns with nobody out. Alejandro Lara sends one down the third base line, but foul. That one at 82 miles an hour. I won't hang that time, but Lara walked his first time up, coming in 235 on the season. It's low and away.
Looks like Jeff Wilson getting up and ready, maybe a little earlier than expected down that Mammoth bullpen.
He was going to get some action today, but it was going to come sooner than what he expected. Based on what's going on with Palmaville. And some rain out on the field right now. 2-2 count. Pulls that one foul.
The early forecast said the rain was going to hold off till about 3, 4 o'clock-ish. Well, shocker, it's starting to rain a little earlier than expected.
3-2 again. He's lengthy at bats for Timothy Palmaville. Approaching his 68th pitch. Still has not recorded an out. Payoff pitch coming. Now softly, we're going to get the out and home. Beetle to throw to Lozada. They get the double play. The 1-2-3 twin killing double play, and that's exactly what the Mammoths needed. That's just a great read by Palmaville. You know, you can get the out at home. You didn't have to tag him or anything because of the bases were loaded.
That's just a heck of a pitch. You had Lara unsure, and the check swing comes right back to you. That's a big-time pitch on 3-2, and that erases a lot of mistakes from earlier in the inning.
Looking to get Porter sitting, grounded out to first. His first time up, he's had some. Was trying to rip at the ball a few times in his last at bat. Like he did that time at 82 miles an hour.
Your approach becomes a little different with 2 outs coming up to bat. You're thinking you're going to have a big-time situation, try to spark an inning. And Palmaville, despite walking the bases loaded, has a chance to get out of this inning unharmed.
On one hop. Good throw and able to get the out. Nick Webb over to Priamo Lozada. The Unicorns threaten but do not score. Had the bases loaded, and it's the fifth third bank out of the game. And the Mammoths go out of that inning unscathed. And now here's JJ the Water Boy, sponsored by Michigan First Credit Union. Always make sure our umpires are hydrated and ready to go. Now he gets a nice treat to fuel him for the rest of the game. JJ getting his work in. Give the umpires some much-needed hydration and some water to fuel themselves up for the rest of the ball game. So the Unicorns had the bases loaded and nobody out, and they had 2 hitters on with 2 out, and they could not get anything across. We'll be back for the bottom of the third right here on the USPBL Network.
You dreamed of starting a company, not an HR department, but your business has grown fast, and so have the complexities of payroll and taxes, benefits administration, and other HR functions. That's why your business needs a professional employer organization like Tryon Solutions. Tryon provides businesses of all sizes access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Bottom of the third inning, the Unicorns were hoping for a huge inning, and they get nothing. They had the bases loaded, nobody out, and then they grounded into a double play, and then Taj Porter grounded out to third to end the inning. And just unfortunate for the Unicorns. You were thinking, hey, we could take the lead, maybe get 3 or 4 runs in, but not so fast, say the Woolly Mammoths. So just unfortunate there. Now they got to go back out. They have to go back out on the field.
Yeah, and it was a great job by Palmaville. Did not look solid. The numbers, especially the strike throwing, saying he shouldn't have gotten out of the inning, but when the chips were down, made one really nice pitch to get the double play. And then after that, hey, you knew you were one more pitch away from getting out of the inning. Got Porter to bounce out. That's a nice way to bounce back. And, well, that's then from the Unicorns' perspective, that's just extremely frustrating. That is extremely frustrating.
Yeah, but you got to give credit to Palmaville, though. Yeah, he worked his way out, and that talk with Zach Beadle, giving him his words of encouragement, hey, you got this. And he came out of that inning, out of the jam, with no damage. Harvin's going to try to keep the score where it is. Well, that's just a huge turn of events. And that's something that we talked about earlier, though, taking advantage with guys in scoring position. And that's something the Unicorns struggled with on Friday.
They left a lot on base on Friday, and already today they've stranded 6 runners through 3 innings, half of them in scoring position.
Yeah, that speaks a lot. You know, when you look back in certain moments of the game, like the turning points of what have we done, and as Florentino has that check swing over to Norgren, and he's 0 for 2 today.
Tristan Harvin's done a really nice job throwing strikes, getting weak contact.
Nick Webb will step in. Lined out to Curiel, his first time up. Harvin at 46 pitches. Oh, great at Harvin. He'll throw it over to Norgren to complete the out.
Look what I found, says Tristan Harvin. Hopped right into his glove. I'll take that.
Wants a quick inning. Nope. He allowed that run in the first, and then stranded a few Mammoths in the second. There's Duncan Hewitt, the man responsible for the score right now. Had that infield single that was a bang-bang play. That Curiel did really well to prevent another run from coming across, but he's been doing really well as of late. I've enjoyed it here so far. You know, on the veterans here in this league, and those been around for a few seasons. A lot of these guys, you know, they're really happy to be here, and you know, working with each other, you know, to get to where they want to be, or to that next level. And Hewitt goes down swinging. Harvin gets a 1-2-3 inning. Good work by him. We'll see if the Unicorns are able to tie it up here in the 4th inning. We'll be back here on the USPBL Network.
Third Bank. Yeah, it's a quirky name. But here's the thing. 5/3 equals 166.7%. So we put 166.7% into everything we do. Like automatically getting you your paycheck up to 2 days early. Giving you well-deserved extra time to avoid overdraft fees. And helping you borrow from your future self. This is banking a Fifth Third better.
Take a look at some of the fans in the stands. Brought their rain gear, umbrellas and ponchos. Coming out and watching the Mammoths and the Unicorns. We've got Jeff Wilson, the new pitcher, on the mound, coming in relief, replacing Palmaville.
Wasn't a outing for the ages for Tim Palmaville, but when he needed to make the pitches, he did. He walks 5, didn't strike anyone out. He actually only gave up 1 hit, so when he was in the zone, he did well. But just too many walks. Good news for him. You look at the ERA and some of those stats, they'll be pleased with the 3 scoreless innings.
Yeah, like you mentioned, though, maybe like the walks were kind of a little bit of trouble, but hey, you came out with no runs allowed. Got to feel pretty happy, especially that last inning. We had the bases loaded and had no outs, but that double play really changed the momentum in that inning, and then he was able to get that last out. So it's going to be 6, 7, 8. Moses, Norgren, and Brunson due up for the Unicorns. Moses is going to look to bring a spark for the Unicorns. Missed outside. 1-1.
We'll have a 4-pitch mix from Wilson, both 2 and 4 seam fastballs, a cutter and a change, so 3 pitches. Could all be qualified as fastballs.
That one to left, dropping fair. Moses with speed trots to the second base for a stand-up double. There were 3 Mammoths trying to go after that one, and just dropped right between all of them.
Moses saw it off the bat, knew that it was going to be a tough play for all 3 defenders. He was hustling for 2 out of the box, never slowed down, and wasn't hit on the screws, wasn't put in a gap or anything, but hey, it goes in the book as a double all the same for Moses, and now the tying run aboard with nobody out. Unicorns right back in business here in the 4th.
And that's his first extra base hit. Norgren, look at that one. Deep and out of here. That ball landed in the lawn seats. Cam Norgren has made it a 2-1 Unicorn lead just like that. He knew that was gone off the swing of the bat.
Well, that was a big mistake from Wilson. That's a changeup that was about belt high on the inner third of the plate. Those are the pitches you dream about before the game, and Cam Norgren did not miss it. And it goes without saying that's a pitch Wilson wants back, but that's 78 right in the happy zone for Norgren.
Yeah, he just clobbered that one out of here. Both of those guys got their first extra base hit on the season. I was talking about Moses with that double, and then Norgren on the very next pitch send that one out to the lawn, and those kids are happy grabbing that souvenir. Chopper was foul to Webb. So it was a 2-run blast out to right for Cam Norgren.
And all of a sudden you forget that they left the bases loaded last time up with that blast over to those kids on the lawn.
Going out to left near the warning track, Ward Hacklin making the play.
That ball just never was coming down. Hacklin looked like he had it, and it had the backspin. It just hung up there. Hacklin had to reach out at that last possible moment.
Donovan Curiel coming up. Take a look at those fans catching that home run ball. Always feels good to grab a souvenir, especially on a home run ball.
Foul ball is one thing. Catching a home run ball, that's a little more exciting. You don't even see a home run every game, and you get one hit right to you. That's just got that little extra prestige than getting one fouled off in the stands.
Yeah, it's a memory they'll have forever. You know. Donovan Curiel with one out here in the fourth. Right back to the screen. We were seeing how would the Unicorns respond, from Friday. They worked out in the batting cages this morning. I had a chance, just to see the guys work, and now it just, they were trying to stay focused, and they were ready to go. They had 10 hits on Friday, and the offense wasn't where they wanted to be, so they made some work, made some adjustments, and despite only having 3 hits, they have the lead right now. That home run by Norgren just a few moments ago. Here on this rainy afternoon here in downtown Utica, it's a 2-1 lead for the Unicorns over the Woolly Mammoths. Jeff Wilson getting set at 89 miles an hour. Gets Curiel to swing and miss for out number 2.
Pretty nice fastball up near the letters. Maybe a bit more down the middle than he would have liked, but nice job getting it by. And since that home run, 2 outs. A nice response from Wilson.
Yeah, it's always difficult, to shake that off. And we had that line out to left and then the strikeout. So he's back to the top of the order with Nick Pastor, who walked and stole second his last time up. Wilson gets set into his windup. Broken bat right into the infield. Webb gets it in to retire the side, but not before Cam Norgren sends it out of the park to right field, and it's a 2-1 Unicorns lead after that home run. We're back here on the USPBL Network.
We build roads, bridges, wind farms and pipelines, schools to skyscrapers. Our members create monuments. We operate. We're the operators and mechanics behind the advanced heavy machines that move Michigan forward. We maintain boilers and HVAC. Our members run the complex heating and cooling systems that we all depend on. Our training is second to none, and safety is our priority. We are Operating Engineers 324, and we keep Michigan running.
Two-one ball game. The Unicorns on top thanks to Cam Norgren's 2-run homer. And some fans out here in the rain. All having a good time, though, here on this Sunday afternoon. Glad to have you with us here on the USPBL Network, live on Facebook and YouTube. The Unicorns feeling happy about themselves. After that inning, Harvin gets back on the bump. And some fans over at the picnic tables in the shade, protecting themselves from the rain. Priamo Lozada will be first up here, then Reese Trehe and Zach Beadle. Lozada has some fans watching this game from Puerto Rico. originally from Weston, Florida. 0-2 count, and it's tipped into the glove for strike 3 for out number 1. So strikeout by Harvin. That's his 3rd on the afternoon. Brings up Reese Trahey. .86-mile-per-hour fastball. Missed for ball 1. Trahey grounded out to second his first time up.
Get a little bit of different feel on the mound when you come out and you have the lead. Get a little more energized, get a little more pep in your step as you get back on the mound, knowing, all right, hey, my one mistake in the first inning been erased. My guys picked me up. Now it's time for me to pick up my batters.
He's trying to hold ground here. He's gotten some help thanks to the home run and inside corner downstairs, but it's now 3-1 on Reese Trahey. One hop for a base hit. Finds a hole between first and the first base side of the infield and finds it through, and one out base knock.
Second time Trahey's hit it hard. First time it was just right at Lara. This time gets the base hit for his efforts.
Zach Beadle comes up now. Well, Trahey was looking to build on something, though, where he started this season with a 200 average. But he's able to get one through, and the Mammoths looking to take the lead back. Zach Beadle flew out to right his first time up. Runs it right back to the netting. Zach Beadle, 4 of 23 on his season. He's from Livonia, Michigan, went to Plymouth High School. 1-1 count.
It's a nice job by the catcher getting over and getting his body in front.
Yeah. So it's a 2-1 count. He's going to go over to first base. Trahey's back in safely. Yeah. It's 2-1 on Zach Beadle. That's Alex Crump behind the plate. Tosh Porter started the game. Well, both of those guys from the Hoppers. One out to center field. And it's going to be right at Nick Pastor. Beadle gave it a good ride, but Pastor, it was just right to him.
He's hit it in the wrong spot. That's another good swing from a Mammoth that goes unrewarded. Now it's up to Denver Blinn to try to figure out a way to keep this inning alive.
Denver Blinn. He comes in now. Got a single his first time up. Trahey on the move. Crump the tag. Ooh. And they got him.
That's a heck of a throw.
Trahey was caught stealing. Good throw by Crump and the tag by Lara in time. And the Mammoths go out. Unicorns come up to bats here on the USP Network.
Companies are competing for talent like never before. With the complexities of handling tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and other HR functions, it's easy to see how a professional employer organization like Tryon Solutions makes all the difference. Tryon empowers businesses of all sizes to attract and retain talent by offering access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Make your move with a quick and easy mortgage from Genesis Credit Union. We have mortgages to fit your life. Genesis Credit Union. Visit us today.
We're the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal getter or dream chaser, an empty nester, or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
Get ready to start the fifth. So 2-1 Unicorns advantage over the Westside Woolly Mammoths. Alex Johnson and Brady Beaton with you. Woolly Mammoths started off the game with the lead, but then the Unicorns took it from them with a 2-run home run off the bat of Cam Norgren that went out to the lawn area.
Look at those dedicated fans in the ponchos sitting through the rain, trying to see their favorite Unicorns.
Right over there, and they're just looking by, just seeing some of the Unicorns, having a good time. It's going to be 2-3-4 for Utica. Baggett, Gooden, and Lara. Now Baggett is getting set. Wilson throws. And that one goes foul.
Wilson got the last three batters out after the mistake on the changeup that was sent over the right field fence. I want to see how he comes out here in the fifth if he keeps that momentum going.
And that one 0-2 on Patrick Baggett. Wilson came in relief in the last inning.
That was not a bad pitch on the inside part of the plate. Baggett crowds the plate a bit, so even when he moves the hands up, it's still inside, but it's not as far as inside as it may seem.
Trying to paint the outside corner. Makes it 2-2 after missing that one. Baggett with 2 walks here today. Just got a piece of it to stay alive.
I think it caught Beetle. Got him, I think, on the palm of the hand. Can't feel good. You saw him take the glove off immediately. Whether that's just a nuisance or actually is a little bit of a cause for concern. Either way, catchers have not had great luck this weekend, and we have some good ones here. Like to see them out on the ball field.
Do a lot of work behind the plate. Oh, it bounces in the dirt. 3-2 on Patrick Baggett. Wilson was motion here with the payoff pitch. And it's the third walk for Patrick Baggett.
Getting his steps in, going down to first base. I mean, he has worked some good at-bats, and 3 walks, not the the line score everyone dreams about. But if you're a manager and you look at that, you say, hey, that's a good job getting on base. Now he represents the tie and run in the middle innings. It's a good job out of the 2 spot, getting on base all 3 times.
Yeah, looking to get some insurance with Lucas Gooden.
Excuse me, yes, they're up a run. Represents an extra go-ahead spot.
Yeah. They've been down over the early part of the game, and then I want to continue that here. Lucas Gooden with a fly out and a free pass his first time up. Wilson at 80 miles an hour. That's that one again. He's now behind 3-0. We're on a 1. Right at Blinn to Trahey for 1. Relay to Lozada in time. The 6-4-3.
Good and hit it too hard. Put it right on the screws, and that's as tailor-made of a double play as you can get. And that's frustrating because that's not a bad swing from Gooden. You hit it hard. It's one hops, handcuffed Blinn a bit, but it was hit just so hard he was able to flip it out. It wasn't the cleanest double play. Just got to Blinn in such a hurry. And Wilson gets a much-needed double play to erase the walk.
Alejandro Lara now steps in, and you were feeling pretty good. You know, that was just a hard hit ball and came right at Blinn. You just got to be ready for it. You got to be quick like that, and Blinn was able to flip it to Trahey and then turn it over to Lozada. And that is the second time in this game the Unicorns have grounded into a double play. And they had that one in the 3rd inning where they had the bases full. And in that inning, they got nothing to show for it. Oh, it's just tough when you ground into those kind of plays and you lose all that momentum on hops at home plate.
That was a very interesting pitch. That had a lot of, I don't know if that was a fastball that just had the super late release point. But that was, well, it just counts as one ball, and Wilson's one good pitch away from getting out of this inning.
It's 2-2. Let's see if he gets it here. A chopper over to Blinn. Yes, it's time to Lozada, and he throws it away. Trahey able to get it back to throw, and they were able to get him back in time. Looked like he was rounding second, then had to go back because Trahey cut off the throw. And so the Mammoths get out of that. We'll be back here on the USPBL Network.
We're for people, the pioneers, the underdogs, the players, and the slow and steadies. We're for people, for who they are and who they could become. Yes, we're a bank, and some say our business is all about money, but that's an old idea. Because look past the money, and you'll see real human lives. We see it, because we're for people. Huntington, welcome.
The Dave & Buster's method is designed to help you unlearn adulthood and discover the funner you hidden within you. The you that doesn't think about adult things and stuff. Ashley, I don't want to hear anything about your car registration when we're at Dave & Buster's.
Okay.
The you want to be. Let the Dave & Buster's method illuminate you. Begin the method today with 5 free games. You know you want to.
Welcome back, everyone. When it's time for baseball, it's time for beer. Two Hearted Ale has been named the #1 beer in America for the past 4 years by members of the American Home Brewers Association. Play ball with the best. Two Hearted Ale, the iconic American IPA from Bell's Brewery, Cornstalk, Michigan. Please drink responsibly. Bottom half of the 5th inning we go here at Jimmy John's Field. That's a 2-1 advantage for the Utica Unicorns. As they get back up to work. It's going to be Denver Blinn to lead it off. Then he'll be followed by Ward Hacklin and Burl Dixon. Blinn was up to bat in the last inning, but was out. But came back out with Reese Tree caught stealing. And no throw for Donovan Curiel on that grounder.
And it just was tapped soft enough that I thought Curiel maybe could have gotten it. I thought that was a good opportunity for Curiel. He was moving over. It was hit just soft enough that I wasn't quite sure if he would throw it. Maybe didn't get a good grip out of the glove.
Ward Hacklin now. He's having a good day. 2 singles for him.
I've really liked his last 3 games or so. After really struggling out of the gate, he's done well. Found his niche in this leadoff spot.
Swing and a miss on that one at 76.
We've seen less of those swings and more that we saw in his single last time up. There's a reason why they give you 3. And it always helps when your 9-hole hitter, Denver Blinn, has set the table for you.
1-1 pitch. It's the inside corner at 71.
That's a perfect pitch.
1-2 offering. Chopper up to Harvin. Throws it over to Norgren. And Blinn advances to second, 1 away.
So you don't make good contact on the play, but the silver lining, you hit a high enough chopper that you do move Blinn over, and you have Dixon and Florentino coming up next. Almost, it doesn't go in the book as one, but it almost works as a sacrifice.
You advance the runner. You don't ground into a double play.
Puts the tying run on second base in scoring position as well.
Perfect man at the plate, Burl Dixon. Got some action going on in the Unicorns' pen.
Looks like Jake Fiorito, from what I could tell, warming up for the Unicorns. Tristan Harvin's done a really nice job after giving up the 1 in the first. He's given up a few hits here or there, but he scattered them very nicely.
Harvin's going good. Pitch number 73, misses away at 85. Count reads 2-1 on Burl Dixon. 1 for 2 today. A single to right center and a ground out to first. At 79. 6 is 3-1. That one was outside and away. On second base, 1 out for the Mammoths, down 2-1, and a big swing and a miss with the fastball.
That's the pitch you're looking to drive in that situation. Put it on the outside corner. I think Dixon pulled off just a little bit on that swing.
Harvin in his motion from the stretch. Going down left field line. This one's going to drop right in front of Patrick Baggett. So Dixon is still alive. Payoff pitch coming again. Rolled foul.
Nice job spoiling a borderline pitch. Maybe not the one he was looking for. This is a big at-bat. We're in the middle innings. Mammoths have a chance to tie it. On Friday, this is where they found some timely hits.
Payoff pitch coming again for the Mammoths. On the ground to Lara. Throws it over to Nurgren. Two-way, blends at third. Brings up Francis Florentino.
And Harvin's done a really nice job with Florentino in the 2 at-bats, a pop-out and a weak ground-out. Been held very quiet out of that 3 spot. Now, third time seeing Harvin. Florentino make the adjustments, or does Harvin just have his number today?
Florentino, he's a very dangerous hitter. He can make that adjustment, but you got to give credit to Harvin for not giving him anything in his comfort zone. Oh, it's really difficult to get a player like this out 3 times. We'll see who wins this battle. Right now, Florentino's up in the count 2-0.
And with just a runner on third and 2 away, if you want to pitch around Florentino, might not be the worst idea. No Nick Webb's on deck, but Florentino has been the most dynamic hitter in the early part of this season.
Weak contact off the bat, and slipping is Tristan Harvin. Oh, man.
Well, that's the weather playing an impact. It has been a constant drizzle, and he tried to put the brakes on, and, well, his feet kept going, his body didn't. And that is a very, very tough break. You throw a perfect pitch, Florentino barely makes contact, and that's as weak of an RBI hit as you're going to see from Florentino, but he'll take it.
Nick Webb steps in now. Look at that one. Going out to center field. Moving over to his left, Nick Pastor. He'll make the catch. But the Mammoths tie it up at 2 on the infield single by Florentino. We're back for the 6th here on the USPBL Network. Don't go anywhere.
What are the odds that we're neighbors, where you've known each other our whole lives, and both tear the exact same things in this exact same knee?
So an ACL tear is an injury to the main stabilizing structure of the knee.
You want a good team around you, because then you know that what you're doing is going to help you in the long run.
My message to everyone who's helped me, thank you so much, because you guys helped me progress so much.
Also hearing it from a friend that's went through the exact same thing, I think sort of helps that know that there's a bright side at the end.
There are things you can rely on in this world, like your dog being happy to see you, coffee getting you through the day, and the government changing business regulations. And when it comes to navigating those regulations, you can rely on Tryon and its team of attorneys. Tryon can also tackle time-consuming HR tasks like payroll and employee benefits, so you can stay focused on growing your business. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Top of the 6th here at Jimmy John's Field. The fans are having a good time watching an exciting one. 2-2 ball game. As Jeff Wilson gets back on the hill. And some fans enjoying some food, some popcorn, and some bottled water, and having a good time here on this Sunday afternoon. Glad to have you with us here on Facebook and YouTube here on the USPBL Network. It's going to be Alex Crump, who came in as a defensive replacement for Taj Porter. Playing on the Beavers this season. And swings at the first pitch. Going out to left field. Hacklin watched that one fly out of here. Alex Crump puts the Unicorns back on top. And that's his first hit of the year, and he sends it out on a deep fly ball. Hacklin was just climbing over to see that one go out of here.
That's not a bad replacement for the Unicorns today. Being called in basically an emergency duty, comes in as a replacement, doesn't even get the start. He sees one pitch and goodbye. That has to feel pretty good. That game was tied for all of a pitch here in the 6th. How about it, Alex Crump?
He has to feel really happy about it. He started off the season 0 for 10, but coming in, it has to feel pretty good to get your first hit on the year, especially on that pitch, sending hit one out of the ballpark. And the Unicorns strike back and take the lead. James Moses now.
What is this measure?
Going outside at 85. It's a 3-1 count. No, this is the fourth inning. This is the third inning of work, excuse me, for Wilson as Moses going out to left. Not that deep that time. Hacklin able to make that play for out number 1. Cam Norgren, he pounded this one out to right center in his last time up.
Yeah, he's got a pitch he liked. That changeup hung up there. And the Unicorns have been scoring in style today. A pair of home runs make up their 3 runs.
Makes one hop over to Trahey. It's a high throw to Lozada. Good speed by Norgren. Made it closer than what you expect.
Yeah, the Mammoths were going around as if that was routine. Norgren was hustling down, and for a second I thought he might have beat it out. I think everyone just assumed it was going to be an out, and Norgren nearly flipped the script.
And you can't take anything for granted. You can't just think it's going to be just a routine ground ball and all those little things. Hustling down the first base. Try to give it a 100% effort to try to beat the throw. Alec Brunson now. Infield single. And a line out here today. Oh, that one foul. 1 and 2 on Brunson.
Been an odd day hitting for the Unicorns. They only have the 4 hits, and 3 of them have been extra base hits. Half of their hits are home runs. They've been all or nothing today.
Going out for that one with a piece of the bat. One ball and 2 strikes on Alec Brunson. And swing and a miss. Wilson gets him down swinging to retire the side, but not before the home run by Alex Crump to make it a 3-2 Unicorns lead. We'll be back after this here on the USPBL Network.
Throughout your life, from big moments to ones well-earned, we're your financial guardian angel. Alliance Catholic Credit Union.
Bottom of the 6th inning, the Mammoths looking to get the lead back after Alex Crump sent one out on the first pitch he saw in the last half inning. It's going to be Jake Fiorito taking the bump for Jim Essian's squad. He's giving some autographs to some fans. Looking over there. Although those fans, they're having a good time here at the ballpark.
Tristan Harvin did a nice job through 5 innings. Gave up the 2 runs. The last run, he gave up. The second one wasn't really his fault. The wet conditions slipped on the grass. He made a nice pitch. So for all intents and purposes, even 5 innings of 2-run baseball is solid. Really, in practicality, it's 5 innings of 1-run baseball, and he did a nice job eating up innings and setting it up for Fiorito to come in, pass him the baton, and with the lead as well.
Yeah, Fiorito coming in from Woodstock, Illinois, stands at 6 foot 215 pounds, making his 6th appearance on the season. 5 innings of work, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 2 earned runs. He pitched on Wednesday against the Hoppers. Had a clean inning of work. 1 strikeout and 4 batters. It'll be Duncan Hewitt to lead it off, followed by Lozada and Trehe, so 5, 6, 7.
Got a very constant drizzle here, probably since about the 3rd inning. Nothing that obstructs play too much, but you noticed last inning, the wet conditions. You're starting to get that rain smell, that one that, you get the day off at home on a weekend, perfect weather just to sit back and relax and not think about too much, watch a ball game. One of those smells you can't really replicate.
Oh. Now it was drizzling. Now there's nothing going down right now. It's just cloudy. It's been cloudy for majority of the day. There's been some drizzle here and there. Right to Gooden. Over to Norgren. Just took 1 hop over to him on the chopper. Priamo Lozada comes in. 0 for 2 for him today. A couple of strikeouts. Making the first pitch strike at 76 miles an hour. Or 3 seconds here.
That's back-to-back off-speed from Fiorito. Like the curveball or slider working away from Lozada. Now on 0-2, you've located those 2 pitches well. You can go with about anything you want.
Skies him up. Went to foul ground. And out of play. Got him with that fastball at 87. Made him chase on it. Oh, 2 count. One right up the middle, past a diving Curiel. So Lozada gets rewarded.
Nice swing from Lozada. Got him out of a little bit of a dry spell. Right back up the middle. That's what you like to see. Hard hit balls back up the middle. Nice compact swing.
And he's been struggling. Did not get anything to go his way on Thursday against the Beavers, where he went 0 for 4, but he's able to get out of it. Reese Trehe now singled back in the 4th, was caught stealing to end the inning. One off the range from Fiorito. Was trying to go inside on him. at 86. Fiorillo taking his time. Going out of play.
Trey was way out on that front foot. Looked like a change-up diving action on that 2-0. You're going to sit fastball. That's a gutsy pitch on 2-0. If you don't locate that off speed, and you are, well, you're down 3-0 and danger of putting someone in scoring position.
He looks at the runner. Oh, going out on it again. Crump watches that one go into the stands.
That's 2 in a row that Trey has popped up. Looks like he's just out on his front foot, can't keep that weight back, and he's lunging a little bit.
He was trying to go after it. No. Fiorillo trying to get him here with this 2-2 pitch. It was Trey was thinking about swinging at it, but held up.
Not a bad spot. Up high again. Top of the strike zone has been the batter's area, not getting that call up there. That's still not a bad miss on 2-2, especially after the last couple were fouled off.
We'll see what he does here. And now time called on Fiorillo. Going to reset the pitch clock to 20. Bottom of the sixth. It's a 3-2 Unicorns lead. 3 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Unicorns. The Mammoths, 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Payoff pitch coming. Going out to right center. Got some good distance on it, but Pastor grabs it and retires Trahey for the second out.
And this is where box scores, just look at, or I should say line scores, can be deceiving. The 2 hits for the Mammoths on 8, the 2 runs on 8 hits, you're thinking, wow, the Mammoths have left some out there. All 8 hits have been singles. For the Unicorns, we talked about last inning, of the 4 hits, they have a single, they have a double, and 2 home runs. That's why you see the emphasis on extra base power. You can do more with less.
Yeah, you talked about that, Brady. You know, you look at, like, for the Unicorns, they had 10 hits, but they were all singles. You know, they didn't have, that double in the gap or sending one over the fence.
And I know there are some that want to go to the extreme 3 true outcomes, home run, strikeout, or walk. There's still a place in the game for singles and being able to get on base, but you have to find a way to complement that with a big double, with the one over the fence. Get guys on and then find that big hit. And 8 hits, all singles, that's great, but you need about 3 of them in a row to net a run.
Swing and a miss by Beadle, and make a good point. You can mention you get on base. Wow, you're recording 8 hits. You're doing good. Like how you're hitting them. You're just getting singles. But he would like to have that extra base hit. To bring a runner home. Maybe a good position here. Fiorillo getting set, pitching from the stretch with the 2-2 pitch coming. And spoiling that one is Beadle. .86-mile-per-hour fastball on that. He had to do anything to stay alive if you're Beadle. Couldn't let that one go past you. Two pitch again. Right at home plate, got a piece to stay alive.
Couldn't squeeze it. Hit Crump right in the glove. That's a frustrating one. And for Beadle, you have to make that hurt. Anytime you get new life in an at-bat, anytime you get a new lease, you got to make them pay.
We'll see here. Could have ended the inning, but He gets another chance. Pitch clock at 7, going in. Moving away is Beadle and had to. Now he's run it full, and it would be Denver Blinn if Beadle reaches. Got to hurry with 5 seconds. Runner on the move, and Beadle goes down swinging. So they get a 1-out single by Lozada and nothing else. We head to the 7th inning. 3-2 Unicorns. We'll be back here on the USPBL Network.
Fifth Third Extra Time helps you do you better. So kick back and relax. You have extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Fifth Third Extra Time. This is banking a Fifth Third better.
Why are all these business owners smiling? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with one of the nation's top professional employer organizations provides access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans and Tryon's team of attorneys and HR experts. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Top of the 7th we go. Here at Jimmy John's Field, it's Princess Day here at the ballpark, sponsored by Fairytale Entertainment. It's been a lot of entertainment on the field. It's a 3-2 Unicorns leading, 2 home runs. Well, the home runs by Norgren and Crump. Jeff Wilson gets back on the hill.
After he came in a little earlier than expected, he's made, 2 mistakes, and they have cost him big time. That's been the difference so far in the game. That the Unicorns bats, when they've had an opportunity, they've taken it, and for the Mammoths, they haven't been able to make it hurt as much.
Going to be 9-1-2 for the Unicorns. Curiel 0 for 2 today. And a pop out and a strikeout. 82 miles per hour is the first pitch he sees from Wilson at the heart of the plate. Oh, 1 pitch. Check swing, went too far, broke the plane.
Tyler Richley, the one getting ready for the Mammoths. If Wilson can get him through here, hand it off to Richley, at least try to keep them within striking distance, and would done a nice job getting them to the 8th, and then Richley probably take them the rest of the way.
Yeah, despite those 2 home runs, he's done really well. He's at his 50th pitch here in this inning. Here in this outing, I mean.
And this is what makes baseball so tough. So Tim Palmaville, he struggled a bit. He walked a lot, but didn't give up any home runs. His mistakes were 1-base mistakes compared to the home runs.
Yeah, Curiel goes down.
And you look at Wilson, outside of those 2 home runs, so 2 bad pitches, a couple of hanging pitches, bell tie. Only other hit he's given up was a double, and it wasn't a hard hit double. It was a blooper down the left field line that Moses read off the bat. So outside, he's done well for what? That was pitch 53. 51 pitches have been pretty solid, but those 2 pitches are going to end the day, and they're going to look at the box score and go, it was just an okay day, where Wilson's stuff has been pretty good. His just mistakes have been amplified.
Yeah, I know. It's just unfortunate about that. No, like you mentioned, like you look at the stat line, kind of like you said, kind of okay, but when you look deeper, go beyond what the stats say, it tells a different story. Chopper over to Lozada, the underhand to Wilson, and able to beat him for the out. With Pastor having speed, they're able to get him there in time.
Will Patrick Baggett get something to swing at? 3 walks today for him.
We'll see what he does here. He has people tuning in into the chat rooting for him. Got people tuning in everywhere here on Facebook and YouTube. Swings at the first pitch, but goes foul.
Curious to see the approach. If you walk 3 times, some guys might be itching and swinging at anything because they want to get a hit, or other guys will take that as a badge of honor. Say, yeah, I can work a walk 3 of them. See if you can get number 4.
0-1 pitch. Going the opposite way, but just foul. Coming from Blairsville, Georgia, Patrick Baggett. Coming from Reinhardt University, an NAIA school. Really talented program down there. Good season in his senior year, hitting 300 and driving in 39 runs with 13 extra base hits. Down 0-2 in the count with 2 outs. Wilson looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Baggett doing everything he can to try to get on base.
This is part of the reason why he has such a high walk number, up to 10 for the season, because they're throwing him strikes. He's just spoiling them away. Can't get him to swing and miss often.
Right at home plate, and Baggett is just trying to walk it off. Off his cleat.
That was the first foul on 0-2.
First 0-2, yeah.
He's zoned out there.
Wilson will try again. Baggett keeps battling. Or bounces off the glove of Beadle. Now 1-2. One-two pitch coming. Way outside at 89 miles per hour. Baggett was not going to chase.
That's a pretty easy take. A fastball high and away, no break, nothing that really threatens out of the hand. That's when you're willing to let go by without much, without being too nervous.
Reaches 90 on that foul tip.
Baggett just keeps spoiling pitches away. Really making Wilson work.
Making it a lengthy at bat. Wilson will try again. Baggett lines one right to Reese Trey. He had a good piece of hitting on it, but Trey there to deny him a base hit. Alrighty, it's time now for the Genesee Credit Union 7th inning stretch. We'll be back right here on the USPBL Network. Bottom half of the 7th, Garrett Bonnet will take the mound for the Unicorns. The Mammoths getting into the late innings here in this one. We'll see what they can do here, as it's a 3-2 ball game. We'll take a look at Bonnet, who we saw on Friday night. He pitched in the 9th. Where he let 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and no hits. Comes from Rockport, West Virginia at 5'9", 205. Played at LSU Shreveport, another talented NAIA program down there. Also spent last summer playing for the Covington Lumberjacks of the Valley Baseball League. Spent a couple months down there.
Bonnet comes at you. Pretty simple. 3-pitch arsenal. Fastball, slider, splitter. 1 straight, 1 goes down, 1 cuts across.
He did really solid on Friday. Coach Essien, we'll see what he can do.
I'm guessing with some action already in the Utica bullpen, this might just be 1 inning, the 7th inning, likely Bonnets.
We'll see what he can do. No. Richly warming up for the Mammoths. Tipped into the glove for strike 1, Alex Crump. Like, I was looking at it after he tipped it.
He caught him. Oh, that caught him in the mask. Man, the backstops this weekend have just been getting beat up.
It's been tough being behind the dish. Especially those foul tips that go right to the mask, coming at you so fast, and
it will definitely shake you up a little bit. It doesn't even have to be. Heck, 75 miles per hour, which is considered a pretty slow pitch. If that catches you in the mask, that'll rattle your cage a bit.
It's now 2-1. Check Swain, and did not break the plane. 3-1.
Flynn's done a nice job out of the 9 spot, setting up the top of the order. Last time he got on, he came around to score, hoping to be the tying run here in the 7th.
3-1 pitch coming. Swing and a miss with an 88-mile-per-hour fastball.
Healthy hack from Flynn. Bonnet just overpowered him.
Payoff pitch coming from Bonnet. Fouled it off.
Oh, my goodness. Can the guys behind the plate catch a break? That's the second one Crump's taken, and there's no one else that can catch. They already had Crump and Porter come in, basically in emergency duty because Bisharat and Gomez weren't 100% weren't able to play. And now Crump, not playing for the Unicorns today, has to. He's taken 2 off the mask. That is an annoying inning, to say the least.
It has been tough, Crump. Bonnet sent that one down, and Blinn gets rewarded. Leadoff walk for the number 9 hitter. Ward Hacklin is 2 for 3 here today.
Hacklin just trying to get this guy over any way he can. Base hit would be ideal, but put something on the ground to the right side. Give him an opportunity to move up. Middle infield and double play depth. Bonnet's going to pitch you away. Don't be afraid to go the other way.
Hacklin. Outfield playing deeper than normal.
See, on the right side, Brunson is just a step or 2 from the track for the opposite way for Hacklin.
Tap foul. And all that space, especially in that right center field gap. Right by a little bit past the 395 sign and then over some of the advertisements and over by the stage. All that room. Send one down. He goes up the gut past Curiel. Blinn stops at second. The Mammoths getting something rolling here with nobody out.
3rd hit of the day for Ward Hacklin. Have yourself a weekend, young man.
Looking at it for him this weekend, he's been doing well. He was 1 for 4 on Friday, now 3 for 4 today. So he's 500 on the weekend. Nick Caruso coming out to talk with Bonnet.
Well, this is a pivotal moment. You're in the later innings, and if the Mammoths can take the lead, all of a sudden you're down to your last 6 outs, and this is going to be the toughest part of the order. I know you've held 2, 3, 4 in check, just 2 of 9 today with a couple of singles. And the Florentino single wasn't really a hard-hit ball.
Bauman is warming up in the bullpen for the Unicorns. Bonnet goes into Dixon as we see his action warming up. Nine singles for the Mammoths today. Trying to tie it up. Burl Dixon tips it in for strike 1, and he wants that one back. He was just... He had that foul tip. He was a tad late. We'll try again, but he sees that one right near helmet level. So 2-1 on Dixon. 1 for 3 today. A couple of ground outs and a single in the first.
Big swing at 1 up by the letters. That's a fastball that looks really enticing. And Dixon just hasn't been able to barrel it up like we know he can the last couple of at-bats.
You don't want to try to do too much. Don't need to go for the home run here. Don't want to force anything. If you can just tie the game up here. Blinn has some good speed. And he can score if it's hit on the ground and find its way through one of the holes here in the infield. Check swing foul.
Dixon knew that was going to be a borderline pitch. Probably just happy he's staying alive and get to see one more.
Up on it again. Already the 18th pitch of this inning for him. And he lost him. And now you have Francis Florentino with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th.
You're going to get a pitching change. Bonnet was not his day. 2 walks and a single. And his day ends rather quickly. And how would you like to inherit this scenario? Facing the league's best hitter in terms of average right now and a couple other categories. With the bases loaded, nobody out in a one-run game.
Well, not ideal if you're the Unicorns, but they're going to rely on a really good pitcher they have, Jace Bauman, coming out of the pen, who's been really strong for them, Brady. You know, coming in with a 1.80 ERA, only 5 innings of work, but he's done his job, making his 6th appearance on the season. He's coming from the University of Wisconsin Stout in Division III. So he is a guy that Coach Essien and Coach Caruso rely on in these kind of situations.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a tough spot for Bauman. You're going to look for just a soft way to get the first out. You don't need the ground ball, although I assume the infield will be playing in. You're pitching for a strikeout. You're pitching for a pop-out. You need to get that first out, so then you can put your infield in double play depth. When you play in trying to cut down the runner, leads to more base hits because a ground ball that gets by doesn't have to be hit particularly hard, just in the right spot. You don't have a lot of time to react and move.
Anything you can to keep the score where it is. Can they pull off what the Mammoths did to them a few innings ago? Bases loaded, no out. Then they get a double play, and then they get another ground ball out to end the inning.
Francis Florentino has been unbelievable to start this year, and this just feels like a spot he's been waiting for. Chance to take the lead in the later innings.
Take a look at him so far. He's been, like you mentioned, but so far this season, 0 for 2 with the bases loaded. As a team, 2 for 14 in these kind of situations this season. Sends one right to Bauman, to Crum for 1, relay to Norgren. That's exactly what I was just talking about.
And that was deja vu from when it happened to Alejandro Lara. A soft ground ball back to the pitcher. And that is an easy 1-2-3 double play. And now the Mammoths feel a little deflated.
You still got second and third. No, there's 2 outs, but he got a chance here to take the lead with a guy like Webb. His family back home in Youngsville, Louisiana, watching. Skied in the air to left. It's going to be a long run for Patrick Baggett. And able to make the catch. And the Mammoths threaten but do not score. Had the bases loaded with no out. And go away empty-handed. We head to the top of the 8th. We'll be back right here on the USPBL Network.
Fifth Third Extra Time helps you do you better. So kick back and relax. You have extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Fifth Third Extra Time. This is banking a Fifth Third better.
Why are all these business owners smiling? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with one of the nation's top professional employer organizations provides access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans and Trion's team of attorneys and HR experts. With Trion, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTrion.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
We're the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal getter or dream chaser, an empty nester, or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
Top of the 8th inning, the Mammoths had the bases loaded and couldn't get anybody to go home. They had the double play by Florentino and then had a fly out to end the inning. It's going to turn it over now to Tyler Richley to keep the score where it is. 3-2 Unicorns lead.
And the Mammoths have, well, they were able to break that stigma they had on Friday, not being able to get the timely hit last inning. Man, that one has to sting. A chance to take the lead in the 7th, put the pressure on Utica. Now you're still chasing in the 8th.
Gonna turn it over now to him. It's Princess Day. Oh, look, that fan with the tiara. Had a great time, with Princess Day, presented by Fairytale Entertainment here at the ballpark. A lot for the kids to enjoy. Get to have some fun. Game and it's going to be Gooden, Lara, and Crump here in this inning. Gooden 1 for 11 to start the season. 0 for 3 today. He grounded into that double play in the 5th. One of the 2 double plays, rather. They had a walk. It was a leadoff walk, and then he
hit it hard. It was just right at the shortstop Blinn. It was a good swing, something you'd like to replicate. Just hope to put it in a different spot.
3-1 count. Chopper on the first base line goes to the dugout. Taking a look at what these teams will have in store next week. One bounces in the dirt, and he lost him for a leadoff walk. It'll be the Hoppers and the Unicorns for a Thirsty Thursday game. And then the Unicorns will play the Beavers on Friday and Sunday. So they'll have 3 games. And the Woolly Mammoths, will look at them in just a second. As Richley froze. Gooden will advance a second. Laura steps in.
And a chance for some insurance from the Unicorns in the top of the 8th. Just breathe a little easier knowing that, hey, one can happen at any time. One home run, someone gets into one, 2 runs. Seems like you have to get a little bit of a rally going for that.
Laura on second, getting in some insurance. Laura over the head of Blinn. Gooden had to stay put in case Blinn caught it, so it's going to be runners on first and second instead of runners at the corners.
Let's see what Alex Crump does. Last time, first pitch he saw turned on one. Been the deciding factor in this game. See how Richley wants to handle him.
Going to be very crucial for in this kind of spot. He doesn't swing, but he takes a strike. What's 77? The Mammoths, they'll play the Beavers on Wednesday afternoon, and then they'll have a doubleheader against the Hoppers on Saturday. Getting to that middle of June. It's going to be Father's Day weekend coming up. Oh. Going to be a hit by pitch. First one here today. Look, I got him like in the neck.
Where do we see this scenario before? Bases loaded, nobody out.
Just recently in the last half inning, but could it happen again?
We get another ground out to the pitcher. We are stuck in the Truman Show.
Or just stuck on replay. You know, just... Or stuck on Groundhog Day. Or goes into center this time. Dixon calling for it. Will it be deep enough to score the runner? Yes, it will. Sacrifice fly, and it's an insurance run for the Unicorns. Gooden slides home, and it's 4-2.
That's doing a job if you're James Moses. Put it deep enough. Not hitting into a double play back to the pitcher. And taking advantage. Hey, at least you get one out of the bases loaded, nobody out situation.
Runners on first and second now. The other man who sent one out of here, Cam Norgren. Had that 2-run blast in the fourth inning. That one out of play. And hopefully for Norgren, he can able to get going. You know, he's starting off the season only 130, but he's had some good at-bats today. Going into foul territory, had it and dropped it. Nick Webb right at the dugout.
And there's a lot of foul ground here at Jimmy John's Field. We seemingly talk about it every broadcast, and that's a long run for Webb. And 95% of ballparks across America, that ball is well out of play, but here at Jimmy John's, still in play. And Webb was trying to get a feel for how close he was to the dugout as he was looking up, trying to make a running, almost backhand catch.
1-2. Had it, no. Would have liked to have that second out. Let's add more here now for Richley. Count is 3-2 on Norgren. Three-two pitch right to the screen. Alec Brunson is on deck. 3-2 pitch. Pulling, but over into the picnic table areas. So 4-2 now in favor of the Unicorns. Just got that run a few moments ago on the sac fly. And Norgren keeps battling.
Richley love a ground ball, but Norgren's been such a pest this at bat. I'm sure he just wants to get rid of him, see a new batter. Long battle between these two.
Payoff pitch coming again. But this one's going to go into the stands, and fans going after that foul ball. They got some room right up front. He looks at the runners, Richley. Stops and he goes, and missed him. Oregon just kept fouling off every pitch, and Richley will face Brunson now. Strike one. And bases loaded again for the Unicorns, trying to open it up. Swing and a miss. At 90 miles an hour, that fastball came out hot.
Brunson can have a very nice day. I have him down as 1 for 3 today. Base hit and a couple RBIs. Make this a pretty good afternoon.
Didn't chase at that one with the off speed at 79. Works at it again. Missed it at 2-2. Missed on the fastball. On the low outside corner. Got him at the letters. Chased him upwards, and he got him.
Well, that's not where you want to low. At least I don't think that's where he wanted to locate that breaking ball. But he got Brunson to swing through it anyway, so maybe not the pitch he wanted to make, but the result he wanted to get.
2 away now for Donovan Curiel. Couple of strikeouts for him today. 80 miles per hour. The heart of the plate. That changeup. Richard looks at the runners. Missed away at 79.
All things considered, the base is loaded with nobody out. I know we've seen each side get out of that jam unarmed once. You get out of it with only 1 run coming across, you're feeling like you got the win in that situation.
Up the middle, past Richley. Trahey steps on the bag, and they get the force at second. The Mammoths only allow 1 on the sac fly by James Moses. 4-2 Unicorns lead. We're back for the bottom of the 8th here on the USPBL Network. Don't go anywhere.
We build roads, bridges, wind farms and pipelines, schools to skyscrapers. Our members create monuments. We operate. We're the operators and mechanics behind the advanced heavy machines that move Michigan forward. We maintain boilers and HVAC. Our members run the complex heating and cooling systems that we all depend on. Our training is second to none, and safety is our priority. We are Operating Engineers 324, and we keep Michigan running.
Bottom of the 8th, Jace Bauman gets back to work for the Unicorns. Got an insurance run on the sacrifice fly from James Moses to make it 4-2. Alex Johnson, Brady Beaton with you for the call here today. It's going to be 5, 6, 7. Hewitt, Lozada, and Trehe due up for the Woolly Mammoths.
Bauman has to breathe a little easier. First off, he gets to start off the inning with no one on base. He doesn't have to inherit a very tough situation. And two, like you mentioned, Alex, an extra run to work with. So he knows if he makes a mistake and one goes over the fence, still got the lead.
Hewitt's been doing well this weekend. Got the first run of the game on the infield single. 86 miles an hour.
Looked like Hewitt broke his bat. That's a long way to go to get a new bat. It's probably, 150 feet from home plate to the dugouts. And he has to saunter all the way back.
Yeah, it's just a long way back to home. And let's get back, get set. Right, the pitch clock gets back going. It's down 2-1. Two-one pitch. Up the middle to Curiel to stop it. Throws it over to Gooden for the first out. We got some changes here. So Gooden moves from third to first. Cam Norgren goes from first to left. And Patrick Baggett goes from left to third. As there's a scene here that was just some of the defensive changes made by the Unicorns. He's at the top of the zone, tipped in the glove by Lozada.
Fastball had some life on it up high. Lozada couldn't catch up to it.
1-1 pitch, check swing, went around.
Ballman's done a very nice job. You know, it's hard for a reliever to get player of the game, but I think he should definitely be in contention if he keeps this up.
Goes with 70 miles per hour on that pitch after going with the fastball at 87 the pitch before that. And swing and a miss. Goes down Lozada. That's the third time he's been struck out today. Reese Trehe steps in. 1 for 3 on the day. Just outside, ball 1. Going back to the fastball at 86.
Ballman has seemed locked in. Done a nice job coming out of the pen in a high-pressure spot, and he's picked up right where he left off in the 8th.
That was right one down the middle at 1-1. 85 to make it 1-2. He's at good location on his pitches. It's setting up that outside part of the plate perfectly. A roller to Curiel. Long throw to Gooden, did not get him on the back.
That's a routine play. That's one you'd like to have, as Curiel tapped his chest, said, yeah, that's on me. That's a nice pitch from Ballman, but the inning extended on the error.
Going to bring up Zach Beadle to keep this alive. Goes down as an E6. Second error by the Unicorns today. Oh, man.
It's a bad weekend for catchers. That caught him on the hand, and that's the worst spot to get hit. No padding, no protection. You're holding on to the bat, so there's nowhere for it to give. I think Beadle had a few words as he got hit, not at the pitcher, just in general, because I don't think that felt particularly. I don't think it felt good.
Yeah, it was just his reaction. It was just not happy about it. No, that one stings.
Been a hex on catchers. This
out to right center field, going near the warning track. Alec Brunson, Denver Blinn sent that one out for a ride, but out the warning track. Heading to the ninth. We're back here on the USPBL Network. Utica Unicorns up 4-2.
They call me Prospects. Since the day I was born as a diver's watch, the challengers of the world have taught me many things. Life is not a numbers game. It's about challenging ourselves. No matter what happens, just follow your heart. These pioneers drive our generation forward. Not by setting records, but by never giving up. Keep going forward. Prospects.
Available at Lucido Fine Jewelry.
Eight innings in the books, and we're heading to the ninth. The Unicorns up 4-2 over the Westside Woolly Mammoths, trying to take a split here in this series after dropping 5-1 on Friday. Looking to add some more here. Richley will go back to work on the mound for the Mammoths.
And a very simple job for him here in the ninth. Keep the deficit where it's at. Don't make it any harder for your guys in the bottom of the ninth. Get there quickly and, well, give your guys a chance. 2 runs, the old saying, the old cliche, a bloop and a blast.
Gonna be 1, 2, 3. The Mammoths wanted to have some more breathing room, while the Unicorns want to make this reasonable for them to come back in the bottom of the ninth. Outside at 86 and upstairs to Nick Pastor. He's at a stolen base here today, despite being 0 for 3.
Not a bad pitch. Thought it caught the outside corner. Glad Beadle's out there catching after taking that pitch off the hand. Ooh, that looked like the same pitch. They just called the ball.
2-1. Almost exactly the same. One hop to Trahey. Gets him out to Lozada for the first out of the inning. Patrick Baggett coming up now.
Being an umpire for a professional league is not tough, or is not easy. I should say it is tough. You get a chance to stand in close, and you see all the movement, all the speed, the spin all these pitches have, and to figure out where it crosses the plate. The catchers are good at trying to sell. It's hard to get those borderline pitches consistently because the difference is the matter of literally inches.
Yeah, it's just really tough, and it's different for every umpire on what they think is a strike and what's not, and you also just want to be able to keep it consistent. That's also the key thing, is just if you call that the strike before, and got to keep it there as it is, and popped out of the glove of Beetle. So we'll be back on the air for you on the USPBL Network Thursday for the Hoppers and the Unicorns for another Thirsty Thursday edition here at Jimmy John's Field. Richley getting set. Goes high to make it 3-2. Richley's payoff pitch. In the air, skied. Long run for Webb. Dive sliding for it and making the play. What a play over the shoulder. Dick Webb.
He had to run about a country mile to get to that, and that is a tough play, running away from home plate, looking over the shoulder. He was getting close to the bullpen and being able to slide, watch it into the glove, time that all up. That's one that you'll be looking back on tonight. That's a pretty impressive play from Webb.
Yeah, to chase that ground and sliding for it and over the shoulder play. It's just hard when you're not looking at it, on like a routine fly ball, but just to chase it down is just even more difficult with the no look. Lucas Gooden with 2 away. Out to right center field. That's going to drop in front of Florentino. Able to cut it off and hold Gooden to a single. He had the right approach, sending it to the gap in right center. If Florentino wasn't there, it could have been a double. Keeps the inning alive for Alejandro Lara.
Trying to get a 2-out rally. At-bats all worth something here, and you get a little extra insurance before the 9th, before the bottom of the 9th, I should say. Hey, find a gap. Give Gooden a chance to score all the way from first. Center fielder Dixon playing a little bit in.
1-1 pitch. On the move, Gooden. He stood up. He thought he had second base easily, but they were able to get the tag. He's caught stealing. And now it's up to the Mammoths as we head to the bottom of the 9th. We'll be back here on the USPBL Network.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
You hear
hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
Bottom of the ninth here at Jimmy John's Field. Last chance for the Woolly Mammoths to come back. 4-2 game. Jace Bauman trying to close the door. Fans getting ready to run the bases after the game as long as the rain stays away. They've had a great time, with Princess Day, and gonna come down here. It's gonna be the top of the order. Hacklin, Dixon, and Florentino.
That's who you want to send up. Comeback bid, leadoff man, your job's just to get on base.
And he was trying to swing for the fences on that one. I was looking at it here, 1-1. Swing and a miss again. One and two on Ward Hacklin. Pitch coming. Almost hit him.
Maybe just try to sneak in a little more. Sell that, hey, you're in the ninth. You need to get the tying run to the plate. You have guys with home run power behind you. Or maybe just try to go down to first and see if the umpire calls you back.
2-2 pitch. Foul at home plate. Bauman taking a breath. Gets into his windup with a 2-2. Up high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. (3-2) in the dirt.
So what you'd like to see, do the job, work a walk, and that's the 4th time Ward Hacklin has gotten on base today.
3 of 4 for him, and now brings the tie and run up. Burl Dixon. Now Dixon. To look at it here. Yeah, called strike at the knees.
That is a generous call for strike one.
Oh, 1 pitch. Hacklin stays at first as that one's at the dirt. Good stop by Crump. Oh.
And yes, the home run would be the fun thing, but right now, Dixon, get on base. That's the assignment. Pass the baton, and you have some good hitters, guys that have been taking good swings behind you.
And Florentino next. Nick Webb in the hole. And if you can move the train along with Hewitt and Lozada. One and 2 on Burl Dixon. Only hit came in the first inning for him. 1-2 pitch. And he goes down swinging.
Big first out here in the bottom of the 9th. With a good batter like Dixon away quietly.
Francis Florentino grounded into that bases loaded double play. Trying to avoid doing it again here. A 1-for-4 day. He was trying to hit the top part of the strike zone. Missed away, 2-0.
Florentino's the type of guy that can tie this up with one swing. This is a tight situation. You don't want to put one down the middle, but you also don't want to walk the tying run aboard. This is where command plays such a big part in the game, and if you want to be a late inning pitcher, this is where you have to show a propensity to get through to the toughest part of the order in a sticky situation.
Absolutely, and to a guy like this, a very talented hitter in the league. 3-1 on Francis Florentino.
3-1, he should be thinking big swing here. Put it in the gap. Pull it to that left field line. This is the time to uncork one.
They're going to go over the first base. Hacklin back in safely. Three-one count. The pitch to right center is going to drop in. 2 runners on for the Woolly Mammoths. Florentino does his job. Nick Webb will look to tie the game up, or even get at least one.
Well, this is about the most exciting part you could have. The winning runs at the plate, a ground ball can end it, a shot in the gap can tie it. This is those fun, romantic spots in baseball.
Well, it's tough for both sides. One team's trying to close it out and hold on, while the other's trying to rally late. And this heart of the order is what you expect to see from the Woolly Mammoths. So Webb took a miss on that one. And one count. Bauman looks at the runner at second. Moves in on him. 2-1.
You see the no doubles look from the outfield, playing very deep. They don't want anything to split the outfielders and have a chance to have Florentino score from first.
3-1 count, and
keep everything in front of you. That's the message to the 3 outfielders for the Unicorns right now.
And no extra base hits, and instead the bases are loaded now. Now Alex Crump will talk over with Bauman. Duncan Hewitt. Could he be the hero for the Mammoths today?
Takes just one base hit to tie it, and there's nobody warming up in that Unicorn bullpen. So this is all on Bauman. He's been so solid up to this point. He can get one ground ball and possibly get out of this. Mammoths have someone warming up in case it does go to the sudden death. It's Bo Atkins getting ready. And judging by the fact that the Unicorns don't have anyone warming up, I'm assuming if they won the toss, they'd elect to go on offense.
Well, they got to go. They have the 10th inning where they get the runner on second base, and then after that,
First base. Run on first in that
4-2 game. Duncan Hewitt. Bases loaded for the Woolly Mammoths. Hewitt into shallow left. And they get the out. Oh, that's a sacrifice fly to make it 4-3.
That's a
Cam Norgren makes the play.
A very heads-up play out in left field from Norgren. No reason to try to throw home in that situation. Okay, if you get the out, yeah, the game's over. That's great. But you hold Florentino at second. He is the tying run. He's the important run. No reason to try to show off a cannon or anything and cut down the runner at the plate. He means nothing. The runner you care about is at second, and you kept him at second. That's a great job by Norgren.
It's up to Priamo Lozada. One for 3 today for him. Actually, 1 for 4, I mean. Bauman looks at second. Crump does a great job of holding Florentino at second.
And he's bouncing off that second base bag, finding any excuse to move up 90 feet.
2-0 count. Pitch coming. This one's going to go out of play.
Just a tad late on that swing. Lozada has a bit of an all-or-nothing swing. When he makes contact, it can go a long way. He does have a higher strikeout rate because of that.
Trying to come up here, and he's down to his final strike.
That was another breaking ball away. Bauman not trying to give anything Lozada can turn on.
Bauman wants to get this out. Will he? On the ground. Should do it. Gooden will step on the bag, and the Unicorns survive. The Mammoths rally late. They scratch a run, but unable to tie it, and the Unicorns get a split with the Mammoths this weekend. A 4-3 victory. They're back in the win column after dropping 5-1 on Friday, and they feel pretty good about themselves heading into next week. We're going to take a break and we'll be back for our post-game show right here on the USPBL Network.
If I hit a home run, then you know what's going out of the park. Yeah, bases loaded, we ain't letting up. Scoring back to back, you can count it up. United we stand together, divided we fall. Ain't no turning back, we done came too far to turn around and have a seat now. We don't compare, cause we unicorn. Illuminate the dark with my uniform. Every time you see me stand up and salute me. It ain't no competition, not even from you. If I hit a home run, then you know what's going out of the park. Yeah, bases loaded, we ain't letting up. Scoring back to back, you can count it up. United we stand together, divided we fall. Ain't no turning back, we done came too far to turn around and have a seat now. We don't compare, cause we unicorns. Illuminate the dark with my uniform. Every time you see me stand up and salute me. It ain't no competition, not even from you.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit with great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
4-3, the Unicorns knock off the Westside Woolly Mammoths. Tying run, got to second base, but couldn't get any further than that. Couple of big flies for the Utica Unicorns helped get the win for the Unicorns. Norgren had one, and the other one, the fill-in catcher today, Alex Crump, first pitch he saw put over the left field fence, and the Mammoths out-hit Utica, but it was the big flies that got it going for the Unicorns. And for his efforts, the player of the game today going to Cam Norgren. Had the 2-run home run, drew a walk as well, so 1 for 3 on the day with a couple of RBIs to his name. And that home run ended up making a big difference in this game. It's why there's so much emphasis nowadays put on extra base hits, being able to put the ball over the fence. Today was a prime example of extra base hits versus a lot of singles from the Mammoths. So Alex Johnson is down trying to get Cam Norgren. Throw it down to him in a moment. The 4-3 win for Utica. End the week with the win. Also want to give some love to thought Jace Ballman did a nice job in relief. He was asked to go a while, and in the ninth, pitched himself into a little bit of a jam, but was able to get himself out of that jam. And Alex has wrangled Cam Norgren, our player of the game. We'll send it down to Alex for a post-game interview. Down to you.
Well, thanks, Brady. I'm here with Cam Norgren, our player of the game here today. The Unicorns coming out victorious 4-3 over the Westside Woolly Mammoths here on this Sunday afternoon. And Cam, how do you guys feel about coming off losing on Friday 5-1, coming back out here and getting a huge victory here today?
It's definitely huge to bounce back like that. Very exciting. I thought we played really well as a team. The bats woke up a little bit. We had timely hits. I felt like I saw the ball pretty well today, helped my team win in the field, whatever's needed. So I thought it was a great game. Very happy going into next week with the win.
Yeah, you had a huge hit early in the game, had that 2-run blast to put the team up on top. How did you feel about that? That one going all the way out to the lawn seats. How did you feel about that hit?
That felt really good. I've been off to a little bit of a slow start, so just seeing that ball well and hammering it felt really good.
Yeah, absolutely. No, those fans really love it out there when they catch that ball. And like you mentioned, you got some games next week. It's getting that part of the season where the season gets up to speed. How are you looking to get prepared next week after getting a split here this weekend?
Just looking to do the same thing we usually do, just grinding every day, trying to stay with our routine, just play good team baseball, and we'll be fine going into next week.
Congratulations, man, and good luck next week. And thanks so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So that's going to do it for us here on the US PBL Network. On behalf of my partner, Brady Bean, I'm Alex Johnson. Thank you for tuning in to today's game, and we'll see you back here on Thursday night as the Eastside Diamond Hoppers take on the Utica Unicorns right here on the US PBL Network. Have a good night, everyone.